to hit the subscribe button and the notification little bell, so then you'll know that I upload a new video. You won't miss out on any. So what I thought I would share with you today is some new products from Celebration and Occasions catalog. The paper that I have here in front of me is just a little snippet of the paper, and it's actually from our Celebration catalog. It's on page 11. It's right up here. It's called Inside the Lines Designer Series paper. And this is actually black and white, and they are coloring sheets. You receive 12 sheets, 3 of each of 4 designs. And if I didn't say it already, they are 12 by 12. And they have some really pretty samples of the sheets here. They're quality enough that, you know, if you color them, you can even stick them in a frame. You can use them for cards. You can sponge brayer over them. You can leave them black and white, and that's very classy look too. The other item that we are working with, and let me get my other catalog, is the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set. This comes in a bundle as well, and with the bundle you'll receive the stamp set and the coordinating framelits. And I normally have this open, but today I am not that organized here. So let me find that in here. But this is a beautiful stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and you do have 10 stamps in it. And it's two-step in that it has a solid image, and then it has a more detailed image to stamp over the top. And it also has really nice sayings that go with it, along with a bee, which is also 2 steps, and these cute little dots. And here we are. We're on page 26 of the Occasions catalog, and you could see it here. The images are really large, much, you know, looks much better laid out in the catalog as opposed to the stamp case. And here's the coordinating thinlits. And they're really pretty. And by purchasing the 2 together, you save 10%, which is always a great thing to save money. That's why I do Stampin' Up! Is I make money, I save money, and I'm happy. So here's some great ideas using the stamp set. So let's go ahead and do some playing, shall we? All right. Now, that was lost underneath. I cut these little pieces into, let me get my paper cutter so that I can measure this, because I do not remember. 3 by 3.5. So 3 by 3.5, you can get quite a lot of squares out of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this at 1 and turn it this way. And this is the 3.5 inch side. So I want to trim this at 2 3/4. Is that right? Yes, it is. Woohoo! Thank goodness. So you're going to trim that, and then you're going to have your little puzzle pieces. Oh, there they. Is that how they go? Yeah. This is like the most difficult part for me, you know, because it's a puzzle that's not colored. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our brand new watercolor pencils, and I am going to color this image in. And when you use the watercolor pencils, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be exact. Actually, the sloppier you go, the better it even looks. So rather than have you watch me how to color all these, I'm going to go ahead and pull one that I've already colored. So here we go. Now you can see it's not the most prettiest coloring, but I'm going to go ahead today and I'm going to use the aqua painter, and I can see that this one looks like it's going to need some water, so hopefully we got enough in here to do my little demonstration here. So you kind of squeeze down on the barrel, some of your water comes out, you just do that. And then to clean this, you would scratch it on a piece of paper like that to go to your next color. And again, like I said, I was not well prepared to be able to hopefully get this all colored in with a little sniplet of water that I have remaining in here. But that's how things go sometimes, right? That's how it goes. And if some of these colors blend together, that's all the better. Now my background, I went really lightly with the blue. You can see that because I didn't want to really have any white spots behind there. And then my green. And again, you know, if it blends in, all the better. I mean, this is a no-brainer kind of card and project. So there we go. Just that easy. But ta-da! I have one already done. Now you will notice it kind of curls a little bit because this is paper. So I'm going to pull my paper cutter in again. And I'm going to trim this. Let's see, it goes, does it go this way? Yes. So I'm gonna turn it over. Is that right? Yeah, I want to cut that side at the 1-inch mark. And then I'll turn this. It's just a little easier rather than fighting with it. What did I say that was? 1 3/4. Okay, there we go. All right. This helps a little bit easier with putting the pieces back together again. I like puzzles, you know, so all right, we'll leave that there. I have a piece of Calypso coral cut 8.5 by 11 sheet, cut in half, score down the center. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Dragonfly. Let me pull in, oh, excuse my head if it got in the way. Let me pull in a piece of paper to stamp underneath. I just changed my background paper here because if you saw me in the last video, I used the alcohol and kind of made a little bit of a mess and wrinkled it up a little. It dried, but it wrinkled it up. This is a Versamark ink pad, and this ink pad is very sticky. See, you want to hold on to your block. And it basically has no color, but when you stamp with it, it comes up a little bit darker as it dries. So we're just going to kind of make an all-over collage going off the paper with our Dragonfly. Make sure you turn your stamp so that it goes all different ways. Try to save some time here. All right. And let's see, maybe add a little bit there. And, well, you know how it is, a little there. All right. I'm going to stop now because I can really get carried away with that. All right. So there we have that. And as that dries, you can see it's still wet. Now, if you wanted to, you can go ahead and emboss with that. You just add your embossing powder to that and use your heat gun and heat set that, and you'll be good to go. All right. So next, we're going to take our little pieces. And again, I'm going to make sure I don't zhuzh them up. And, well, let me see. I thought I had my snail adhesive here, but fast fuse, that'll work. Being it curled up a little bit. Upside down. Yeah, come on, Susan, get with the program, honey buns. All right, let me advance that. There we go. Okay, so this is going to get put along the side. And I'm just so worried that I'm going to put these together wrong because that's how my day's been going. I'm going to leave a little bit of a peekaboo of that Calypso coral there. You ever have one of those days? Yeah. I sure am. So I'm glad that I'm here stamping with you all, even if it is through YouTube. And let me see, come on, make a decision. There we go. Did I do that right? Why does that look upside down? Hold on, hold on. There we go. See what I'm saying? No wonder why that did not look right to me. Here we go. There. That's better. Okay. Going to take a piece of our, oh my goodness. Yeah, it is that day of our, you know what it is, right? Wow. I think I should go back to bed and come back out on the other side. Burlap ribbon. That's what that is. Burlap ribbon. Now I did have a little piece to do a little, here we are, a little piece to do just a little banner. And here's an idea. Okay, you have a stamp set, you have all these wonderful sayings, but maybe all you want to do is say thanks. You don't want to get into all that. You can use these for the inside. So if you notice, this stamp says thanks for the smile and everything else. I only want the thanks. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get, that isn't the marker, I'm going to get my trusty basic black Stampin' Write marker. And our markers have two tips, a thin end and a thicker end. One for writing and one that we're going to color. All right, so we just want to color the thanks. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this down. I'm using the edge of the marker. And I am just going to color in the stamp where it says thanks. And being that this is photopolymer, when I go to stamp it, I'm going to be able to see. Hopefully you don't see my head as well. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my thanks right there. So how fun is that? Thanks. That's all I want to say. Thanks. I got nothing else but thanks. So I'm going to use my, sometimes I crack myself up. I'm going to use my baker's twine, and I'm going to go ahead and make a bow with my boo-boo finger. I mean, I'm pretty good at bow making. Excuse my reach. But when you got a bum finger, that is not always easy. All right, so here we go with that. And my burlap ribbon. Now I know the stapler that Stampin' Up had, I know we no longer have that, but I still love mine, and I am not giving it up. We're going to layer these two together. We're going to put our little bow there, and we're going to use our stapler, and we're going to staple that on. Just like that. How fun is that? Then, well, let me see. Glue dots, do I have you available? Hold on a second. Yes, I do. In order to stick this down, I'm going to use some glue dots. And I'm just going to stick them to the back of this burlap ribbon. And right, these are Stampin' Up! Mini glue dots, by the way. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this right there. Now the glue dots are good for other things. You see how this is kind of lifting up? Let's go ahead and, usually I'd use my paper snips, but I'm not going to go digging for them. These are close by. See, if you just put a little glue dot in the corner there, where maybe you didn't get your adhesive, that'll hold that down really nicely. And I mean, every time I place an order with Stampin' Up, I think glue dots and Stampin' Dimensionals are always on my list. So there we go. Isn't that a quick and simple card? Very basic, but simple, striking. And the designer series paper that we colored is actually free. And let me show you a sample that we did at an on-stage event. Something a little bit different. What we basically did on that one is we just chose one of the blocks and we just colored the one block. So that kind of just highlights one block. But it's up to you if you want to, you know, however you want to do it.